I already took the thumbnail. I'm going to put this down here like this. Let's get a decent position. The microphone is connected. Hopefully you guys can hear me. And it looks like a decent spot. Let's come in front of the camera. I got the clipboard. Hopefully you guys like that thumbnail today. So today it is overcast. I got a lot of work done at the house yesterday. I still have a lot of work to do. I have a lot of, even though I cut the grass, it's an acre. It's a very long day when I do that, so I'm tired as always. And I did about 90% of that. So I'll probably go back and do some editing for some videos. And then I'll see if it doesn't rain, I'll cut the grass. So we're only going to do one set again today, or sorry, one session, 3 sets, and I'll let you know after this one set. I'm gonna let you know yesterday, and I went in there today. I'll let you know what's going on. I'm now doing investigative journalism, facing right. Attention! This is an official protest. Oops, I'll blow it out. I'll put this down here. Attention, this is an official protest on public property protected under the color of law of these United States of America and the Constitution that binds all mankind to be free of tyranny. It is our God-given right to peacefully assemble and petition our government for a redress of grievances. Shame on these Putin-loving inspectors, Slava Ukraini. Jim Byers is a tyrant and a criminal, Slava Ukraini. Edward Rojas is a coward and a despot, Slava Ukraini. Beverly Washington does not care about you or your rights, Slava Ukraini. Stuart Basserman is an old, white, senile, wrinkled dingleberry who is out of touch with how code and law works, Slava Ukraini. Pedro Estopiñan is an idiot. These Putin-loving tyrants are liars and thieves. When you win, you lose. There is no accountability. These Putin-loving tyrants make up the law as they please. If they don't like you or your speech, they make up their own code. These Putin-loving tyrants ignore state code they don't like. I have proof, and they know it. And now all Miami-Dade County will know it. These Putin-loving tyrants cost you money even when you are in the right. Attorneys, engineers, Miami Flying Trapeze on YouTube. Attorneys, engineers, architects, contractors aren't free, and they know that. They continue to tax the middle class to bolster their communist and socialist agenda. They know the middle class is being priced out and driven to poverty. That is their mission. The state of Florida has passed laws to protect the middle class. These criminals are ignoring those laws, claiming home rule. Are you hearing this, Governor? Where is the mayor? Where is the commissioner? Or is he in jail? I demand accountability for these Putin-loving tyrants, these communists dressed in socialist wool. I will not stand by while this country transitions into communist rule. This is government overreach. This is government overreach. This is government overreach. My home is my sanctuary. My home is my castle. Get off my lawn, you Putin-loving tyrants. Slava Ukraini. All right. So, there we have it. So that's one. So for today, what I did was I called on the way here. I called, put my phone on speaker, of course, I'm driving. Called the mayor's office, and this is where I believe this is happening under her nose without her realizing it. Because they're very patient with me. They listen to me, they take down notes, and they open reports. But the mayor needs to know what's going on because there needs to be a full-scale audit of the chief inspectors in this building. There's something nefarious afoot. Because there's no way that so many people can leave this building discouraged. It's starting to rain. I'm gonna go right here. right over there. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna go back over here under the awning, and it's gonna have to be, remember, I can't block a walkway, so I'm gonna go next to the wall here so that everybody can walk by. And hopefully with the microphone, it gets loud over here in this section. But with the rain, I'd rather do it right here. So there is no way that people can leave this building so discouraged and not get the help that they need. I have the emails, they have lied to me. All that is in the videos that I have posted in the past. And now they're coming up with new lies. And they're telling me they're gonna close down old citations, open up new one. The whole thing is that the state of Florida passed a law that no longer can an inspector investigate a claim, any type of code enforcement violation or anything like that without a complaint from someone who leaves their phone number, their contact information, and the specific complaint. And I would imagine the intent is that neighbors who do have a genuine complaint can say, hey, this is a genuine complaint, because what happens is if it's anonymous, then these code enforcement officers can just drive around and see something they don't like and say, boom, I'm gonna do that, I'll just call it anonymous. There's a reason they call it anonymous, is because they know that looks bad against the mayor, against the politicians who are elected by the people to represent the people naturally. They know that makes them look bad, so they like this whole anonymous thing. Now, they may just go ahead and say, you know what, we don't care, and they're just going to put their names on there and their address on there. I don't know, but I think the intentions of law is to stop all these code enforcement officials to make these anonymous complaints and say, yeah, it came from a neighbor, which is what they told me. And when I looked it up, I got the records recently. My first one was on June 30th, 2021, the day before the law passed, and it was an anonymous complaint. And I have the suspicion that, and I shouldn't say this because I'm still waiting on more records, but I'm hoping that there are good people in this building that will do their job. But you guys have the right to know what's going on. So I have a suspicion that on the month of June had a huge uptick on anonymous complaints. And the last day before the law went into effect, I bet you there's a higher number of anonymous complaints on that day, like it was on me. I think they were sent out by chief inspectors. These field inspectors were sent out by these chief inspectors that work in this building to get as many possible complaints as they can so that they can follow up on it further down. That's not the purpose of this government. They are not supposed to be out to get us. And this is a very expensive, there's a lot of jobs in there. It's a very expensive building. This is a very expensive operation, and they need to justify that, right? It's like back in the day when sheriffs were rewarded with just putting people in jail. For whatever reason, they were given a bonus for the amount of people they put in jail. It still kind of works the same way today. It's a little bit different, but it's basically the same thing. The more arrests you make, the more you require state funding or federal funding or funding for your police department, because there is a problem. They need more resources. Look how many people we're putting in jail. It doesn't matter why you put them in jail. Country still has a history in that, and we've had a long history of that. And I know that I'd comfortably say that the vast majority of police officers do not want to operate that way, but they still have a job to do. But there are still the bad apples who want to make their money, and they want their budgets higher. Well, make more arrests. Even if it's innocent, even if it's mundane, it doesn't matter. Find a way. So it's the same thing with code enforcement. Now today we have more accountability police because they're carrying around guns, and thank God that we have more accountability. There probably could be a little bit more, but that's not the issue that I'm addressing. My issue is addressing code enforcement. Who is policing them? Do they police themselves? And the only way that we can bring attention to it to our politicians, the mayor in my case, is doing this department, is that enforcement. Where's accountability? And again, if they had just come to me and say, hey, pull these permits, I would have pulled them. It's not an issue. Don't be draconian and say, no, now you need an architect, now you need this, now you need that, or they close one citation just to open it up and make it even more draconian. That's not what America is supposed to be. We have the right to pursue happiness. That's our God-given right. This is not pursuit of happiness. When your government is preying on public, behaving dictatorially, when the government becomes your enemy, that's not what it's about. It has to happen. The mayor needs to be involved. I'm hoping that she does see this, and if not, Governor, please get involved. But I'm hoping, Mayor, that you will nip this in the bud now. All right, so we're gonna do another session. I'm gonna do my best to stay out of the rain, but it is what it is. At least the phone is waterproof, but I don't think the camera is. This is a place where 5.5 feet, 6 feet at its widest. So I'm gonna try not to get in the middle of that. So I'm going to put this right in the corner where I see it's dry. Now that, yeah, it's getting maybe a little wet. So I'm right here. I'm going to stay real close to the camera. I don't block the walkway, and there's more than 6 feet behind me here. The camera's definitely getting wet, but we'll do our best, like I said. All right, let's put the microphone down here and do it again. Put you guys right here, a little side angle. I don't have a choice. It's gonna have to go right here. I'm getting wet. It's minimal because I'm under an awning. But just barely. The rain, of course, hurt me. All right, this is a wrap. And nobody's gonna hear me, but it's not the point for right now. It's raining. Attention! This is an official protest on public property protected under the color of law of these United States of America and the Constitution that binds all mankind to be free of tyranny. It is our God-given right to peacefully assemble and petition our government for a redress of grievances. Shame on these Putin-loving inspectors, Slava Ukraini. Jim Byers is a tyrant and a criminal, Slava Ukraini. Edward Rojas is a coward and a despot, Slava Ukraini. Beverly Washington doesn't care about you or your rights, Slava Ukraini. Stuart Basserman is an old, white, senile, wrinkled dingleberry who is out of touch with how code and law works, Slava Ukraini. Pedro Estopiñan is an idiot. These Putin-loving tyrants are liars and thieves. When you win, you lose. There is no accountability. These Putin-loving tyrants make up the law as they please. If they don't like you or your speech, they make up their own code. These Putin-loving tyrants ignore state codes they don't like. I have proof, and they know it. And now all Miami-Dade County will know it. These Putin-loving tyrants cost you money even when you are right. Attorneys, engineers, architects, contractors aren't free, and they know that. They know the middle class is being driven. Sorry, they know the middle class is priced out, and I'm going to start again. Attorneys, engineers, architects, contractors aren't free, and they know that. They continue to tax the middle class to bolster their communist and socialist. The state of Florida has passed laws to protect the middle class, and these criminals are ignoring those laws. Miami-Dade County is bypassing those laws, claiming home rule. Are you hearing this, Governor? Where is the mayor? Where is the commissioner? Or is he in jail? I demand accountability for these Putin-loving inspectors, these communists dressed in socialist wool. I will not stand by while this country transitions into communist rule. This is government overreach. This is government overreach. This is government overreach. My home is my sanctuary. My home is my castle. Get off my lawn, you Putin-loving tyrants, Slava Ukraini. Everything's getting wet. There's holes. Everything's getting wet. There's holes in this awning, so I'm going to go back under here. All right. You guys over here where we're under the real awning, the building awning, not the ones that have holes in it. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let me see if we're still live. The screen in the back is all wet because of the water that ricocheted off of the trash receptacle, because I always try to put myself in the corner there. I don't want to block any traffic, foot traffic, anything like that. The microphone, I think, has been huge because it is loud. When that rain hits, my goodness, I can barely even hear myself when I'm talking. But hopefully the microphone is doing a good job to only pick me up and not, there's a lot of people back there talking under the awning. The rain is deafening. But anyway, to go back to it, the mayor needs to know what's happening under her nose. If they had come to me and said, okay, let's do your owner builder permits, great. I built a playset. I call it a tree house because it is literally a playset made entirely of wood. It's not protected from the elements. If it rains, I can't play it. There's spiders in there. There's ants in there that I constantly have to, control. Do my pest control. But it is, at the end of the day, a playset. They think it's an efficiency. It is not. It's literally a playset. I have an acre, so the size of it is about 400 square feet on, it's a 20, it might be like an 18 by 20. 18 by 20 on the bottom, which is the deck. Requirements for building, or I think even zoning. Yeah, it's the same thing with concrete. If you didn't know this, you can pour all the concrete you want. It just can't be a driveway. So mine is not a driveway. I can do whatever I want with it. So sometimes Gabby and I eat dinner out there. But the whole thing is we had a lot of mud. And I wanted to put concrete out there. And now we don't have mud. And we can use that for whatever we want. So I poured concrete, all that stuff. So I haven't had an issue with that. They haven't gotten me for that. They tried, but there was like, as long as it's not a driveway. And we already have a driveway. So that's already came with the house. So I'm assuming that was permitted correctly, because now they're telling me that one of the rooms that was built well before I bought the house, it's in their plans, saying that they did a further investigation. There's some lightning. They did further investigation, and historical records doesn't show that was permitted. But I bought the house this way, and in all the plans that I saw, even from the county when we bought the house, it's a 4-3. So that was in the works, in the plans somewhere. But again, this is where it's retaliatory. They're going to find everything and anything they can to come after me and make my life miserable. That's the purpose of government. And they can just basically do whatever they want. They want me to tear it down, they make it okay. They know they're rich. I live in a very impoverished area of Miami-Dade County. Listen to that lightning. I live in an underdeveloped, impoverished, heavy part of town, so they know I cannot afford it. And architects, engineers, they know I can't afford attorneys. They know all these things. So that's what they do. Nope, we're not going to allow that to be a play set. No, your swing set is not going to be allowed. Because they don't, even if I beat them with an attorney, even if I beat them and I do, okay, here's the architect, here's the engineer, here's everything, they don't lose. That's the whole point. There's no accountability. They don't lose. They come down with these draconian laws, and they're not going to lose their pension. They're not going to lose their jobs. They're not going to go to jail. And yet I've proven that I can do in the team meetings, one, and then Deshaun Williams, the field inspector who was out and whose name is on a lot of the complaints forms. She was like, no, you're going to get a citation applied to you. And I know that's come down from Jim Byers. Again, I don't know what her intentions are, but she's definitely following the cancerous culture of Jim Byers, because she's under him. And she was like, you're going to get a citation for operating a business in Miami-Dade County illegally. And I was like, I found the state code says I can do it, so come on, give it to me. I can go to court for that one and say, boom. But now, so they closed that out, and now they're, okay, fine, you can have your business, but you got to get a building permit for a temporary structure, your swing set and trampoline. And I have all this on email, and it's all going to come out in due time. This is prep so you guys know what's coming. And I'm just hoping that the mayor gets involved, and we can showcase the mayor getting involved and saying, you're right, this is draconian, that's not the purpose of that building and those inspectors. And
she does an actual audit, and we investigate the investigators. But it has to be done on a public forum. It has to be done under political pressure because these are our politicians that we vote into power. I voted for Daniela Levine Cava because I know what she's all about. She has a chance to fix this and be the hero in this. The evil is these chief inspectors that don't have any accountability. And they've been operating with this power for so long that they're just like, yeah, you're never going to win. We never win. We must win. And we must stop this culture of coming down on residents. Again, we will pay our taxes. Miami will pay taxes, but don't keep us from making money so that we can pay these taxes. Don't keep us from pursuing our happiness on our private property as is guaranteed by the United States Constitution. So again, and I'm really hoping the mayor gets involved. If not, I'm really hoping the governor gets involved. And I'll keep at it. And until I get trespassed or arrested for out here protesting, which would be very interesting if I do get arrested, because now that's a federal civil rights violation. Police will lose qualified immunity, and now we get the attention of America way more. So as much as I don't want to go to jail, it actually benefits me if I do go to jail, because now I have to go before a judge, and the judge is going to review what happened, what is going on here. And I think I have. You guys tell me, comment down below, do I have the right to protest in front of a government building? This is all zoned government use, even though it is on private property. You guys tell me. All right, now that the rain died down, let's do one more session set. Doing this every day, I'll keep giving you information so you know what's going on and where we're at. Like I said, I was inside, and hopefully some these guys, I feel like they will do their jobs. Not everybody, these chief inspectors don't have everybody's, they're good Americans in that building, and they're not going to be able to bully those because they believe and they know deep down that this is wrong. But what are they supposed to do? They're employed, and their bosses are their bosses. When do you say no to your boss and know that you're going to be protected? I'm hoping there are whistleblowers in there. Hopefully this gives everybody motivation and incentive, whoever at this building sees it. I'm hoping. Let's see. You can almost silent now compared to what it was. All right. Let's put this right here.
Yeah.
Again, well, since it stopped raining, I'm going to put it right here, right next to the receptacle. All right. Leave you guys right there. Oh, it's on top of the receptacle. Right there. All right, again, so I'm going to put this microphone down here so I don't blow it out. I'm going to right now, so on broadcast. No, I understand, completely understand. This is the only way I can get attention because yeah.
So he's blind and he cannot see this, but tell him what you're doing.
Yes, so I have a big sign that says tyrants. I have a speech I'm about to make, my protest. I was told
Against this place?
yes.
No kidding.
Yes,
Want me
sir.
to stay there with you?
By all means.
You need brain damage to go into this. I'll tell you the truth. Honestly.
No, but I'm curious. I want to hear what you're.
No,
I know we have
I'll give my speech and then I'll talk to you guys.
no. Just a second.
Sure.
I'm blind. Okay?
I understand.
And I'm in business still. Okay. Run blind some years ago. I've been in business for 41 years. Okay. I've never seen the bureaucracy as dumb and as crazy as this today. The reviewers don't know what they're doing. You know what I mean? They make more out of it. They create more paperwork. They think they're helping, but they're not.
I
So
agree.
you're on camera now, Sam.
That's fine.
Yes, sir.
And
That I have to say
in the
yes.
city of Miami, it's even worse than this. Okay?
Sam,
I
I
know
agree.
engineers, myself, contractors, surveyors, they won't even work in the city anymore. It's crazy. It makes no sense. What we just went through there, there's no common sense anymore.
I agree.
Okay? It's crazy.
I agree. And that's why I'm out here protesting. Never mind life that I think I'd protest.
What's your story?
I own my private property. They have denied me owner-builder permits. They tell me that I need contractors when I don't because I can do owner-builder. So they denied my certificate of use for my Airbnbs. Airbnb. I have a temporary swing set and trampoline. That's part of my business structure. It's temporary. They say that I need a building permit for it. That's not true. They cited me for operating a business even though state code says I can have a home-based business. And now they keep closing citations when I prove them wrong, and then they open up new
Well, the
ones.
problem
Can I ask
is
you a question?
state,
Yes.
But you're in Dade County is the problem.
No, can I ask you a
I agree.
question?
I agree.
Did you get your business through zoning? Did you apply for the zoning permit?
For the, I
For
have
the
a local
use.
tax. I have a, no, so they deny my certificate of use.
Okay.
They don't want me to have my business.
They denied it.
They denied it.
For what? For what reason?
Because I wasn't allowed to have an outdoor, since I use my backyard, I wasn't allowed to do that. But state code says I can.
Well, that's another story.
Yeah. So I went in there to pull my certificate. They were like, no, I'm never going to approve this. You're not allowed this. Yes, but that's county code. State code trumps county code. And they're, no, it doesn't. And that doesn't apply to you anyway. That's word for word what they told me. I was like, okay, it's time to protest.
You know the county's fighting the state now? You
Oh,
know?
I'm sure.
Yes, I'm telling you. The state now has come up with a thing in 2021, state law, that if you have a county license, Dade, Broward, whatever, you can grandfather it into a state license. Just
Okay.
pay the fee. There's companies over for $150 that do it for you.
Okay.
But that's another story.
Right.
Okay. However, the state will do that. The county, Dade County, will not accept it because one of the categories that you have in Dade County is for paving.
Right.
You have to have a paving license,
Correct.
right? Okay. The state doesn't recognize a paving license.
There you go. And that's what it is. They play in the gray area,
No.
so
So the
Miami-Dade County, so they can get away with what they want.
Well, Dade County says, well, who's going to inspect it?
Exactly.
You don't have to. We don't care. Huh? And they're going to court, and it's supposed to go into effect in 2023.
Thank you. And thank you for that information. And thank you for,
Our timing was something to do with you, I'm sure.
I'm out here every day, at least for an hour. I come out every day because I still have a lot of work to do.
Any information you got in?
My name's Sam Zimmerman. Name comes Z Development.
Thank you. If you go to YouTube, Miami Flying Trapeze on YouTube, you'll be able to see this
I
broadcast.
bet you I can.
Well, sorry, you're right. You'll be able to hear the broadcast.
Which would be good. And if you know of any way that you can speak to somebody to troubleshoot why he's still blind,
I may.
yeah.
So, do you mind if I take down your information? Can you write down your phone number, and I'll follow up? iPhone. But don't say it. Let me mute this microphone when I go to write this down. So,
Every bill collector in town has a number. Don't worry about it.
same as mine. My name.
He's
If I can, I'll give this to you so we don't say it. You can write it down.
I'm gonna.
Or here, let me mute the microphone.
I have nails. I have nails. Let me.
You have a card?
I
Might.
have them in the wall. I don't know.
You have your wallet. You might have a card.
So I'm hoping this reaches the mayor, because she has to understand that Miami, her constituency is frustrated, upset, discouraged, being driven into poverty. If we cannot make a living, how do we pay our taxes? How do we pay our living? I don't think the issue is people don't mind paying the fee. Just allow us to be able to do it. The inspectors.
What the problem is, there's a set of standards and specifications that are approved by them and also put into the public for public acknowledgement.
Okay.
They don't advertise anything.
Oh,
They
I've never heard of it.
They change the rules as they go along, and they get away with it.
I agree. And
That's the problem.
And it has to stop.
That has
Because
to
I've never received any information about.
They change the rule, understand? But they have anything they change, they have to advertise and allow you and everyone else to object or agree.
Right.
You know what I mean? They do
There you
not do that.
As a
There's no
homeowner, I
public-
have never-
There are no public hearings. Go to the bank on it.
I believe it.
And what phone number were you giving?
305 255.
Let me mute that.
That's a good.
I'll bring that back up.
It's
Let me
very
see.
frustrating.
It's incredibly frustrating.
And here's the best part, the worst part. Can I talk to a supervisor? Oh, they're at home.
Yeah.
Can I talk to XYZ who knows what they're doing? Oh, they're at home. They're working from home.
Yeah.
How long are we going to work from home?
You have a small window to speak to a supervisor.
They
If
won't
you
talk
don't-
to you.
Well,
They,
wait a
they don't give you the
I don't
number.
want to talk to him. If they're working from home,
They won't talk to
that's
you.
okay, because he can't see them anyway.
Right.
But nobody says, let me get them on the phone. They just, they're not.
Email them. You have a good day.
You tell me. Most people hate the camera. He goes, I don't care. I'm done with this. Let me see, is this still muted? No. That's muted. All right, I think you. God, I hope it's. Let me see. Is anybody in this chat unmuted? I'm about to do one more last set and then we're done here. Let's see. I don't see any chats. I don't see anything. I'm finding the stuff. Let's leave it here. Who's in here? You can give me a comment. Maybe I see it. Is this muted? All right. I'm gonna take this off because I don't even know. So the microphone is off because I can't tell if it's muted or not. Can someone in here give me a thumbs up or give me a say something hi if this is if you can hear me? I don't think it's muted anymore though. I gotta learn these microphones. I just bought it and put it in and said, let's do it. I'm gonna take the microphone off. I know you can hear me from here. You just won't hear me, but I don't have much else to say. And then hopefully everything works out. All right, let's do one more. Oh, hi. Thank you. All good? Yeah, you can hear me now. I think it was muted before and I couldn't unmute it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my last spiel. And we're gonna finish for today. But hopefully you got that conversation. I'll review this when I go to post it publicly. I know it's live, but I'm saying I always have to go in and say it publicly. Hopefully you got that conversation. The guy is blind, he is frustrated. And Miami-Dade County, the state of Florida, apparently is taking on Miami-Dade County and suing. This is draconian. This is too much. What is the vision of Miami County that these code enforcement, what is going on? That these code enforcement officers are coming down on the public so hard. I know it's not just me, but something has got to change. They were like, no, we don't want the publicity. And he was like, no, you can take down my name, you can take down my information. I want to be on your broadcast. He is fed up, and people are fed up, and more people will come out here and start giving their story because they are fed up. This is draconian. It's too much. Let's do the last spiel. Tomorrow's another day. I'll be back out here.
Attention! This is an official protest on public property protected under the color of law of these United States of America and the Constitution that binds all mankind to be free of tyranny. It is our God-given right to peacefully assemble and petition our government for a redress of grievances. Shame on these Putin-loving inspectors, Slava Ukraini. Jim Byers is a tyrant and a criminal, Slava Ukraini. Edward Rojas is a coward and a despot, Slava Ukraini. Beverly Washington doesn't care about you or your rights, Slava Ukraini. Stuart Bazerman is an old, white, senile, wrinkled dingleberry who is out of touch with how code and law works, Slava Ukraini. Pedro Estopinian is an idiot. These Putin-loving tyrants are liars and thieves, all as they please. If they don't like you or your speech, they make up their own codes. These Putin-loving tyrants ignore state codes they don't like. I have proof and they know it. And now all Miami-Dade County will know it. These Putin-loving tyrants cost you money even when you are right. Attorneys, engineers, architects, contractors aren't free and they know that. They continue to tax the middle class to bolster their communist and socialist agenda. They know the middle class is being priced out and driven to poverty. That is their mission. The state of Florida has passed laws to protect the middle class, And these criminals are ignoring those laws. Miami-Dade County is bypassing those laws, claiming no rule. Are you hearing this, Governor? Where is the mayor? Where is the commissioner? Or is he in jail? I demand accountability for these Putin-loving tyrants, these communists dressed in socialist wool. This is government overreach. This is government overreach. This is government overreach. My land is my sanctuary. My home is my castle. Get off my lawn, you Putin-loving tyrants. Slava Ukraini.
All right, so I'm gonna come in close because I don't have the microphones. I love you guys. Thank you so much for joining in today. Comment down below, leave a like, share. I will be out here again tomorrow. We need to let our mayor know what's going on. If nothing happens come election season, sorry, I don't know what's on this phone. I don't even know if that's the camera. There's 3 cameras on here. If nothing happens come election, how you know commissioners, they're involved if nothing happens here. Either they're the enemy or our politicians are the enemy. And I'm gonna be out here and we're gonna find out who is doing these things. Who is going after the residents? Is it these people in this building? Politicians. That's an easy solution. We vote in new people. Democrats in the office right now. Was this an issue when the Republicans were in the office? I don't know. It's only an issue for me and you. I've only been a homeowner for 2 years. 43 years old, I finally saved up enough money to buy a dream home and really plant some roots, you know, make my roots, you know, have a place to call home. That's mine, my place, not theirs, mine. When does it stop? I love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.